Hello and welcome to another video. Today I got a new PC. Now if you're wondering why, I already kind of teased this in other videos by just saying the problems that I have with my current PC, and I will explain that more in detail right now. Now, I will sound a little bit entitled when I complain about this stuff because I don't have a very low spec system. I would say I have like a lower mid-range setup, especially in terms of like setups nowadays and even pre-builts. But even then, this really isn't a good PC for like the stuff that I'm trying to do, which is mainly video edit. Sometimes I don't edit that often, but still sometimes video edit, work a lot in like a DAW, and mainly play video games like CS2, Minecraft, FPS games in general, and just, yeah, all sorts of that stuff. But yeah, it really struggles with a lot of this stuff. For example, in CS2, when there's a bunch of util on screen, like mollies and smokes, it really struggles. There's just a bunch of FPS dips. And I know this is kind of an issue with CS2 in general, but especially with the setup that I have right now, it's not great. Now, if you're wondering what the setup that I have right now is, like, and why I say it's like a lower mid-range setup, it's because I have an RTX 3060 Ti and a Ryzen 7 3700X. And that's the main issue with my PC right there and then. It's my CPU. Because it really just struggles when there's a lot of stuff happening on screen. It really stresses it out. As I've already stated, just a bunch of util in CS2, and even in Minecraft, when there's just a bunch of particles and players on screen in like Skywars or Bed Wars, it drops from like 100, or not 100, from like 800 to 1000 FPS which is like my average when I'm not looking at like graphically intensive stuff, all the way down to 250 to 300 FPS. Yes, that's how bad the FPS dips are. And these aren't like 1% lows either. This is just dips that I just have regularly in game, no matter basically what game mode I play. But not only that, there's also just issues with DAWs. For example, like Mixcraft, which I know is prone to like crashing issues, but even then, like sometimes it will just freeze up in certain projects for like a second and then it'll work again and then it'll just freeze again. It's really annoying. But especially in like video editors where it will just chug along when I'm just trying to just scroll across the timeline or just edit in general when I'm just adding effects and stuff like that. It struggles with that. It struggles trying to keep up with that because again, my CPU just isn't up to snuff with a lot of CPUs nowadays, or even like with my GPU sometimes. So that is the main issue. And yeah, it's really just not great for the stuff that I'm trying to do right now. And if you're wondering what specs I have on my new system and how much I paid for it, let me just get it out of the way. I paid $2,000. Yes, that is a lot of money for a PC. But in the grand scheme of things, it's kind of not like a huge sum of money because a lot of people pay like 3,000 upwards for a PC, and I'm not that expensive, but still, this PC is going to be way better because let me just say the two main specs, the two main reasons why this PC are bad, this one's going to be a lot better because instead of an RTX 3060 Ti on my current system, this is going to be an RTX 4070 Ti, so like a whole generation up. And also the CPU is going to be way better. It's going from a 3700X to a fucking Ryzen 7 7800X 3D, which is going to be way better for CS2 especially, but also just going to be way better because it's just a generally way faster processor because it's two whole generations ahead. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And not only, by the way, just one more thing to complain about because I haven't already complained about enough things. It also struggles, my current PC also just struggles with downloading stuff. Even in like Steam, when I'm just downloading like a 1 gigabyte like update, it struggles with that because it'll like work, it'll like download like about 30 megabytes per second, but then it'll like a dip for like a minute or 2 minutes to 0, and then it'll just shoot back up. I researched this and I searched it up. I'm pretty sure it's probably like an issue with the CPU or a CPU or a SSD issue. But either way, even if I did get a CPU that worked with my motherboard and it didn't like crash my PC, because it does, like when I just tried to upgrade my CPU like a bunch of times, it didn't work. It just kept boot looping and it just didn't work for some reason. Even if it did work, The best I could upgrade to is probably like a Ryzen 7 5800X or a 5800X 3D, which are good CPUs, yes, but if I wanted to upgrade anything past that, I would have to upgrade my motherboard, my SSD probably, my RAM, like a bunch of other stuff. And at that point, I just said, no, I might as well just get a new PC at that point, and that's what I did. And if you're wondering what I got this from, I got it from NZXT, which is a pretty trustworthy brand, and I hope they don't fuck it up. I heard they do fuck up some systems, like Gamers Nexus build was pretty bad and not great. So I hope that's not the same with mine, but I'm really looking forward to this. This is kind of just a early Christmas gift for me, or in fact, this probably just is a Christmas gift for me, but to be fair, I did save up a lot of money to get this, because as I said, it's $2,000. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this, and while it will be a pain to transfer everything, it'll be way worth it in the long run. So yeah, that's basically it, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.